You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of my praise. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of my praise. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́ o, òrànmọ́ ní ṣàfàyà tí o, àrán ní ìbánilọ́ o. You are worthy. Ọba tó gbà mí là o, aláwọ̀ iná o, ìwọ nìkan lógo yẹ o. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. Ìwọ ló ní yàtọ̀ ńlá. Ni mo ṣe dé mo wá fi fún ọ. You are worthy. Ẹlẹ́mìí inú mi bàbá. Of my praise. Bàbá àwọn bàbá.
Yes, Babada. Hi, how are you doing? You remember stuff? Yeah.
Mo rí kíní but nǹkan tí mo expect.
Truthfully, mo gbọ́ music.
You are worthy.
Take music in fire. With you.
kan ló tọ́ sí ẹ̀dá gbogbo tí ń bẹ nísàlẹ̀ ìwọ nìkan ni wọ́n ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń tuntun sí lójoojúmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń yàtọ̀ sí nínú ògo ìtẹ́ ológo tó ń dán gbìnrín ògo tó bí ògo tó dá ògo tó pọn ògo ìwọ nìkan lówó dí o mo bọ́lá fún ọ mo fi ìyìn fún ọ mo fògo fún ọ mo darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tọ̀run láti sọ wípé o ṣe tóró wọ́ọ̀dì o. You are worthy of my praise. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of my praise. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́ o, kò rán mọ́ ní ṣàfàyà tí o. You are worthy. Ọba tó gbà mí là o, aláwọ̀ iná o, ìwọ nìkan lógo yẹ o. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. Ìwọ ló ní yàtọ̀ ńlá. Ni mo ṣe dé mo wá fi fún ọ. You are worthy. Ẹlẹ́mìí inú mi bàbá. Of my praise. Bàbá àwọn bàbá. Lion of the tribe of Judah. King in his majesty. Ruler of the universe. I tremble at your feet. Lion of the tribe of Judah. King in his majesty. Ruler of the universe. Worthy of our worship. Ìwọ tó ń jọba lórí gbogbo ayé. Ìṣọ́ ayé, ìṣọ́ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀dá gbogbo. Olórí áńgẹ́lì, olórí ọ̀run. Ìwọ tó ń darí ayé àtọ̀run pọ̀. Ìwọ tó dá oorun tó òdìjú rí. Kọ̀ǹbọ̀kì ọ̀rọ̀ tó dáyé àtọ̀run. Ìpalá gbogbo ayé. Òkè àtìlẹ̀ mi èèyàn. Gbogbo ọlá. Ọlọ́lá tó ga jùlọ. Ọlọ́rọ̀ tó pọ̀ jùlọ. Ológo tó ga jù. You are worthy. Ọba tó ju gbogbo ọba lọ. Ìjọba níbi gbogbo lórí ayé. Nísàlẹ̀ ilẹ̀. Aláìnípẹ̀kun. Aláìnípẹ̀kun ni ọ́. Bàbá mẹ́ta lọ́kan. Àjùlọ tó ń bẹ níbi gbogbo ẹ̀dá èèyàn. Ará ọ̀run mọ́ rí. Ará ayé rí ọ ti ìsàlẹ̀ ilẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ ọ́ dá. Àpọ̀dájú ẹ̀dá gbogbo. Nínú ẹ̀mí àtàrà ńlá ti mọ̀ ọ́. Láfi rí pé ìwọ nìkan lọ́pẹ́ yẹ o. Ó fọ̀run nìkan ṣe kìkì ṣáàwúrà. Ọ̀dá ọ̀run àtayé pẹ̀lú ara ọ̀tọ̀. Ẹbọ mi àjíṣà ìjìtọ́lá. Mo gbóṣùbà fògo ràbàdẹ̀. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ògo àárín ògo. Olóhùn kọ́gun ògo ìgbẹ̀yìn ògo. Ẹni tí gbogbo ayé yóò padà wá bọ̀. Kábíyèsí o. Ó ṣe kábíyèsí o. Ará ayé kọ́ba ní kábíyèsí. Wọ́n ní kádẹ́pá lórí kí bàtà pẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ o. Ìwọ nìkan ní kábíyèsí. A ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé kádẹ́pá lórí fún èèwọ̀. A ò gbọ́dọ̀ pé kí bàtà pẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ láíláí. Ṣadé tá ò mọ̀gbà tó o dé sórí ẹ̀. Ṣé bàtà tá ò mọ̀gbà tó o wẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀. Alágbára gíga náà táńgẹ́lì kan ò mọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọn ò mọ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tọ̀run júbà o. Wọ́n júbà. Ìwọ nìkan ni wọ́n bọ̀ o. Mo bá wọn bọ̀. Kí ló wá ṣe mí ṣàyé mi? Kí ni yóò ṣe tí n ò ní máa bọ̀? Láì fà padà kí n má rí. Àwòkọ́ àtọ́lá. Gbà ó. Àwòkọ́ àti ìgbà ó. Nìkan ló tọ́ sí. You alone not worthy Lord. Àwòkọ́ àtọ́lá. Àwòkọ́ àti ìgbà. Àgádà ń gbọdọ̀ ẹ̀mí gbogbo èèyàn. Àwòkọ́ àtọ́lá. Ẹni tó lẹ̀mí. Ọ̀pá kan wò kan yè. Ọba tí ń gẹṣin lórí. Ẹlẹ́mìí inú ẹ̀dá gbogbo. Pátákìrá ọ̀la yìí. gbogbo tí ń bẹ nísàlẹ̀ ìwọ nìkan ni wọ́n ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń tuntun sí lójoojúmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń yàtọ̀ sí nínú ògo ìtẹ́ ológo tó ń dán gbèrè ògo tó bí ògo tó dá ògo tó pọn ògo ìwọ ní ìkọlọ́wọ́ bí o mo bọ́lá fún ọ mo fi ìyìn fún ọ mo fògo fún ọ mo darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tọ̀run láti sọ wípé o ṣe tóró wọ́ọ̀dì o. sọ pé ká dé pẹ́ lórí èèwọ̀. A ò gbọ́dọ̀ pé kí bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ láéláé. Ṣadé tá ò mọ̀gbà tó o dé sórí ẹ̀. Ṣé bàtà tá ò mọ̀gbà tó o wẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀. Alágbára gíga náà táńgẹ̀lì kan ò mọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọn ò mọ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tọ̀run júbà o. Wọ́n júbà. Ìwọ nìkan ni wọ́n ń bọ̀ o. Mo bá wọn bọ̀. Kí ló wá ṣe mí ṣàyé mi? Kí ni yóò ṣe tí n ò ní máa bọ̀? Láì fà padà kí n má rí. Gbà ògo àtọ́lá. Gbà ògo àti ìgbà o. Nìkan ló tọ́ sí. Ìwé lọ́nà tó wà ní lọ. Gbà ògo àti ìgbà. Àgádà ń gbọdọ̀ ẹ̀mí gbogbo èyí. Gbà ògo àtọ́lá. Ẹni tó lẹ̀mí ọ̀pá kan wò kan yè. Ọba tí kẹ̀sí lórí ẹlẹ́mí inú ẹ̀dá gbogbo. Pátákìrá ọ̀la ìwọ nìkan ló tọ́ sí. Oníyẹ ara ọ̀tọ̀. Ẹlẹ́mí inú ẹ̀dá gbogbo. Ẹni tó fẹ́ mi ẹ̀rú bọ̀ fẹ́ mi à. Gbà ó ta ògo. Ta ni n bá tún fi fún? Gbà gbogbo ògo níbẹ̀ nìkan nìkan. Ìwọ nìkan ló sọ sí. Ó wádì. Ó wádì o. Ìwọ táńgẹ́lì ń bọ̀ lọ́jọ̀jọ̀. Àgbààgbà mẹ́rìnlélógún ṣí adé kalẹ̀. Wọ́n bọ ìwọ nìkan torí wọ́n nìkan ló tọ́ sí. Ẹ̀dá gbogbo ti bẹ nísàlẹ̀. Ìwọ nìkan ni wọ́n ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń tuntun sí lójoojúmọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń yàtọ̀ sí nínú ògo ìtẹ́. Ìtẹ́ ológo tó ń dán gbìnrín. Ògo tó bí ògo tó dá ògo tó pọn ògo. Ìwọ nìkan lówó dí o. Mo bọ́lá fún ọ. Mo fi ìyìn fún ọ. Mo fògo fún ọ. Mo darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tọ̀run láti sọ wípé o ṣe tóró wọ́ọ̀dì o.
Yes, our God is worthy. Our God is worthy. I want to welcome every one of us to this program. And I want to say thank you for joining us. Please, I will be putting on my video so that we can see ourselves. I really want to encourage everyone. There is one of us that just left now. I know that he will join us soon. So I'm welcoming us. At least we are 4 here, and I want you to know that I really appreciate you joining us here, And I want to make us understand that definitely what we are going to do here is going to be a plus to our party, which is our People's Democratic Party. I know some people are busy online, and some will still join and some may not join. So I think we need to encourage ourselves, even if it is just only few of us that we are here, that we can make impact in our political party. I think is something that is achievable. I want you to know that we are on YouTube. As we are talking now, we're on live. So we're on live, and I want us to know that, so that people will know that, yes, you also have the recordings. You can check on my YouTube. You can also subscribe. You can also share, so that people can know that, yes, we have started the program. I am welcoming every one of us today. I can see Honorable Bats.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I can say Mr. Ben. I'm welcoming every one of us to this wonderful program. When I see people like this, I know this is People's Democratic Party. So these are the people that that we started the party. That is as at 1998. So if you are asking about the story of the party, I think he is one of the people that can tell us the history perspectives of our party. I'm welcoming you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ben, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for being part of this program. So also, Mr. Ola, thank you also for joining us. Please, as we are here at the chat part, that place where you can drop message, I would like you to please join, just drop your name and your number so that either your name, number, and your email, so that we can also contact you later at the chat side. Thank you very much. So we are going to start now because I don't want to discourage people, some people are engaging themselves online, but I believe that this is the time that we should look at where do we started from? Where are we? And where are we really going to? Mr. Bat, please, can you please mute your mic so that we can all enjoy what, when it is time you will unmute, I can even unmute you myself. So thank you. Okay, let me just unmute you. Let me mute you, sorry. Okay, I've done that. So like I said, we are going to look at People's Democratic Party. I sincerely believe that majority of us that we are here, all of us that we are here, we are members of the political party, and it's a pity what our party is going through right now. It's a pity where how things are not really going the way we look at it. And it's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in such, I won't say in such a mess, because I believe anything that happens in life, you are supposed to learn from it. So those are things that we are going to look at, where we started from, where we are, and where are we going to. And that's why I call the topic PDP History Perspective. So, and I think it's going to be very useful for us because we are going to couple it together, both in writing, so that at least it will be published in a newspaper, and also it will also be sent as a letter to the National Secretariat. My name is Abiodun Omolara Williams. I know that many of us will say, we know you, yes. I need to introduce myself. My name is Omolara Williams, and I'm a PDP member, and a proudly one. I am not ashamed to say I am a PDP member. And at the same time, I am also a journalist. I'm a media person, and it's something I practice and work with the only international broadcasting station in Nigeria for 22 years. And by the grace of God, I have relocated to United States of America to stay with my husband there. And by the grace of God, I still continue with my profession because I love this profession. I have flair for this profession and I love it so much. So that is why I am still continue in doing it, in practicing it. So, and these are things that as a journalist, we can use to support our political party. So I would like us, we are many here. I don't want to look at us as if we want to discourage ourselves. No, we are many here. With only of us, we can make a big change. So I just want us to remember what I said. Please put your name, your number, your email at the chat side so that we can be able to communicate after the program. So let's look at it because we have to start the program because I don't want to delay anybody. I don't want to take your time. What was the historical background that led to the formation of People's Democratic Party? That is the first question I want us to look at. And I won't call Bart now. I want to call Mr. Ben. Hello, is Mr. Ben there? Mr. Ben, you can unmute yourself.
I greet you all.
Thank you for being part of us. I really appreciate it so much. So I quickly throw that question because I want you to be part. I want you to start, and I want you to tell us what do you know about the historical background that led to the formation of PDP, that is People's Democratic Party. You know, when we look at People's Democratic Party, is one of the greatest. You know, we always call it the biggest political party in Africa, but unfortunately, let me just keep quiet on that. So I want you to tell us the historical background that led to the formation of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you. You have the floor.
All right. PDP.
The people.
Power to the people.
PDP.
All right. I greet everybody in the house. PDP is the greatest party in Africa.
Please, is it not great, Ben?
This is Great Ben.
Can you imagine that? Oh my God, Honorable. Let me introduce you, please. Just a minute. Just a minute, Great Ben, please. I am so sorry. I didn't have this. Are you back? I am sorry about the death of your dad. It's a pity, but at the same time, it's even better that you are at home. So, Great Ben is a politician, a PDP member, a strong one. We call him Supreme. You know, when you say Supreme, you know what that means. The party is supreme, no matter what the condition may be, no matter what the situation. The party is supreme. It's a lovely brother of ours. It's a person that so much believes in the party, and he encouraged us a lot despite all this disappointment, discouragement, and he's also a essay at the SSA, right, to the governor. Yes, to the governor of Delta State, who happened to be the vice presidential candidate of the party. And I know this time around they have won the election. Congratulations! So they won that election. So, and by the grace of God, I know something big is waiting for him. So congratulations. So you can continue. You can continue, please.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate the introduction. So, you know, PDP is one of the greatest parties in Africa. PDP is one of the greatest party in Africa, and you know, PDP started in 1999 when, after the whole line of June 12, from June 12 into the whole scenario that happened between the June 12th into the interim, from interim into the Abacha, then Abacha into the Abdul Salam, then Abdul Salam, that was in 2018. 1998, when PDP was born to the Nigerian nation. And when PDP started, and that was when we started with our first president, Olusegun Obasanjo. And Olusegun Obasanjo became the president. Then from Olusegun Obasanjo, we had our Yaradua, late Yaradua, then our Jonathan, and Jonathan to before it was changed over to the present government. One thing I will say about PDP, PDP has been a great party. And till this day, I still believe PDP is still a great party. And, you know, in every house, there will always be a challenge. And if there is no challenge, there cannot be, we cannot know the value of what we have. And PDP has their own challenges. And the challenges, which I believe that it can be worked on, but it just, all it takes is for us to understand each other and really work together to face the differences. One thing I believe the mistake PDP made that is still affecting PDP is we allow some people, the party gave some people too much power. And when there are too much power with some people, they plan to want to use it and misuse it. And I believe with what we have seen in the party from the days of, who was the chairman that I was saying, Bamatuko, yes. I think that was when the party started having serious issue. I believe things will work out fine. And I want to look at the young generation in the party. Those are the ones that we encourage, because if you look at it, some people are going to fade out. We did our mistakes, but we need to still come together and see how we can work to build the party, because the party is still a very strong, dynamic party. So with that, let me not say too much, because I believe everybody has their own idea of the party and what they believe in the party. But I want to tell you something today, that the future of the party is very bright. We can all witness this. You have not seen any of the party that has the kind of principle PDP has. We still have it. It's just that we have not put our house together for the past little mistake that happened, which I believe it will come to pass and everything will be right. So I'll stop here. PDP.
Power to the people. Thank you. Great.
Power to the people.
PDP. Thank you so much. That is a wonderful brief about the formation of the party. Okay, now I would like Bartholomew to please share some of his experience with us about the formation of the party. Bartholomew, you have the floor, please.
PDP.
Power.
Yeah, you're hearing me?
Yes,
yeah,
we can hear you.
Hear you.
Okay. Like my brother Riley said, PDP started 1998 after the whole military issue and all that, the death of Abacha, Abiola and all that, and so many things, happened. So I came in 2007. I started with the party 2007, the campaign council. I worked with then the Obasanjo when he was leaving, the last days of Obasanjo, that's when I came in. I've been around with the party for some time. I have some experience. Some things we don't see them out there, but the issue is there's so much pride in the party. There's so much power, like Ubra said, given to some people. And I think the major thing is PDP has to have a way of itself funding the party, not a particular group of persons. Because the days of Obasanjo, the power was all vested in Villa. No governor has that power that you think you are just the only person who can stand and fund the party. So no other person can say anything except everybody agree with you. That is the biggest problem we have. Or since the party has been going on and nobody can actually destroy the party, because I see that PDP is very strong. The only national party is PDP. That's the fact about it. APC is a movement. Labour Party is a movement. And if you look at the spread of Labour Party, it's not the national party. APC is not a national party. The only national party is PDP. And since the formation of PDP, the only people who are still standing up to this moment are PDP members. There are some who have never gone to anywhere, and there are very few. So PDP actually started, my brother said, 1998. Up to this moment, you see, they sponsor people to come and kill the party. That's one of the biggest problems. And the party itself, even if we identify those people, we don't come out openly to challenge them that you are being sponsored. And that's one of the things that is killing us. If we can actually stand, the PDP is on. This thing we are seeing, this nonsense we are seeing now is not an issue at all to us. If you really believe in the party and you know that the party is a national party. PDP.
Thank you, but that's also a very brief
Power to the
one.
people.
Well, I'm looking at the formation of this party, you keep the same thing Great Ben said, the same thing you also said. I know if I call Mr. Ola Williams now, the same thing Ola will also say. But the issue is that, why are we here now? You said pride. I noted that. You said ego. I noted that. You said power given to some people.
Yes.
I noted that. But how do you think it's going to be possible for us to find ourselves in this place with all what the party had made? I will start from you first, because you work in the secretariat and you can see all what is going on there, unless if you don't really want to share it with us. So I want you to tell us, why do we find ourselves here? Before we can go into how do we come out, we need to look at some things. For example, our founding members. You understand what I'm trying to say? Our founding members, where are they today? Are they still available? Are they still here? What is really happening? Why do we find ourselves here today? Please, I am going back to Great Ben again, but I want you to tell us from your own experience. You are in the secretariat. You see what is happening in that secretariat. What is going on now? What is it?
The issue is, the biggest issue in the party is pride. That's number one. The biggest issue is pride. And number two, we don't want to, like sometimes we say, we needed the young ones to come on board. The young ones who destroy the party move. The young ones who destroy the party. What I think is, if we can do a visit to these founding fathers, let's see how the ideas, what made them to form the party, and there are some things they are keeping to themselves because the young ones are coming because of greed. That's number one. Pride. And they don't want other people to come in. they believe that all they know and all they want is just me and myself alone. They don't want any other person. Even if they want to do anything, they don't want to contact anybody. It's just within them. If it's something they cannot do alone, they get their surrogates around them to come in. What we can do is, if we are really ready to see how we can support the party and stand with the party and build the party, we have to see how we can visit the founding fathers. They are still there. They are very few. They are still there. If the young ones can come together, like what we are doing now, Mrs. William, I praise you so much. I thank you for bringing up this idea. If we can do that, if we can visit the founding fathers, young ones, meeting the founding fathers, trying to find out where did the party miss it, and then we bring our own ideas. One of the biggest things that we can help to build this party is a party should have a source of funding. That's all. Without a source of funding, no matter what we do, the party can never take its place. Because when you see governors funding the party, they want to dictate what happens in the party. If one individual is funding the party, he wants to tell you what to do. So if the party can find a source of funding, I mean, why? Why would the party not take its place? Because nobody can come in, because people come in to sabotage the system because they are the ones funding it. So they have their interest in other places. They know what they want, or they feel that they know what they want, why they don't actually know. Because the number one thing is the party, the nation itself, and then the party. But if we are saying, okay, because my interest is more than building the nation, then you see where the problem is. When the party needs a source of funding, that is the biggest problem of the party. If the party can stand on its own without anybody, you know that before now, I remember during Ahmadu Ali, you see governors come to the secretaries, tell them who asked you to come. He'll keep you in the waiting room, and from there you go back. They were subject to the party. They know that this is the platform that brought them up. But now, for a governor to come, everybody's shivering, trying to receive them. But before now, it was not like that, because the governor now are taking their place as if they are the source of the party standing or the source of funding. So there's no way anybody can tell them anything, and they don't want to listen to anybody. So the biggest problem we have is source of funding.
Thank you, but quickly, I was even about to ask this question before Yeye Lanke, Chief Mrs. Olanike Babawande, you are welcome, man. Thank you for joining us. She sent in a question, and my question is almost like her, because you mentioned the young ones. Who are these young ones? And why are we even saying the young ones? Who are the young ones? Who are the young ones?
Yes, the young ones I'm talking about is, I've been around, I've been around for some times, and I see them coming, they're trying to come on board, which is a good thing. But when they come in, sometimes I ask them, like one who has left for APC now, when he comes, my former boss will always give him money to give to him. And then I sat him down one day, I said, this money you're collecting, what are you telling these guys following you? You can't tell them the truth. I said, see where you have the problem, where you have issues with these people. If you cannot tell them the truth, you come here, they give you 200,000 for your boys. You go there and tell them that they gave you 10,000, 20,000, or 50,000, and then you pocket the rest. How can you grow like that? Because the day these people realize that they're giving you 200,000, they will rebel against you. So you see, the young ones are so greedy, and they don't want to carry others. These older guys, especially the founding fathers, I can tell you categorically that the things we met in the party, the young ones who are coming on board are destroying everything. So which young ones are you talking about that they will come on board now? We need to go back to these guys and tell us their idea. Was the idea to build a nation, or the idea was to just make money for themselves? That is when we can now begin to say, okay, this is the road to go. Without that.
Okay, but let us hold on there. There are some suggestions that have started coming in. I'm coming back to you. Great Ben, we are part of the younger ones that Bat is talking about.
Yes.
So why are we here? What do you think? What has evolved around the party that brought the party to a level that the younger ones are basically thinking of what they are going to gain from the party, not what they can add to the party? I know it's not every one of us, but we are in the set of the younger ones that Pat is talking about.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Bat.
Yes.
I need to add honorable to your.
Honorable Ben, you have muted yourself. Can you unmute?
Oh, sorry. So, Honorable Bat has already said it all. You see, the truth is that we have our constitution in the party. When the party started, we have constitution that they used to follow, and it got to a time that they start deviating from the constitution. On the constitution, there is how the party should be formed, and the party is being formed by everybody by your paying of your dues every year and your voluntary support. And every governor, I know every governor has some kind of donation that comes to the party every month or year like that. And that is how it is being formed. But it later fall into like for a particular governor taking over funding because some governors are not, maybe they're not buoyant in their state. So they couldn't take this challenge. And some governors came like, I don't want to mention, but I'm just going to mention one of the names. Wike. Governor Wike came because I would say the whole problem, the whole loophole started from Wike. They gave him that chance to start funding the party with the money from the state. And when that started, that is where the real problem started from. Because it started at the choosing who will be the chairman, choosing who will be the vice. He was the one that was even choosing who to lead the party, which was wrong. And the founding fathers then, at that time, some of the founding fathers, they deviate. Some of them went to APC, some of them went to form another party, which was the disagreement between them. But when we now say the young ones, you see, we always pray that the young sheep. There is nothing, because the founding father, which are the older ones, they will fade out sometime. And if we, the younger ones, are not given the chance, opportunity to learn the system and do in our own way, that we help the party adding to the forefathers, then we will not be going nowhere. When you look at what happened 2023, you will see, you will read it back to 2015. 2015, when brought APC, you will see that what was the problem was the leadership. The forefathers was the real problem. The younger ones, they are ready to work. If up to this day, the younger ones, which me and you, we are ready to work to help this party to start. And this is us still having programs like this and meeting with people like this. So when they need us to change things, the leadership of the forefather is fading out. And that is what we saw in this 2023. So they cannot do anything without the young ones. Though some of them, I would say, it has become monetary politics that we play now. You go to secretariat, if you don't come with money to see either one of the officers in the secretariat, you might not be allowed to see. So it is who has the money that is ruling the party. So, and that is the situation we find ourselves now. It is the money bag that rules the party, and it's not supposed to be so. And these are things we need to fight for. We need to follow the constitution. We do the election in the right way. We pick our leaders in the right way in the party. In the constitution, the party chairman was supposed to be the leader of the party. Even the president of the president of Nigeria, either it comes from the party, the chairman is still the leader. Is still the leader. But once you see, even in a state now, if the state governor now become the leader of the party, the state chairman is not the leader anymore. So we need to correct all those things. And if we do not correct it, we have a long way to go. That is where I will stop for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. La Williams is raising up his hand, but there was a question from Chief Mrs. Olanike Baba one day before you raised up your hands, and I'm going to do it accordingly. I want to go to Chief Mrs. From the experience we have, both at home and abroad, what can you say is a major problem why we are here today as a woman? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ma. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I just woke up.
Good afternoon.
So, the problem of the party, like Great Ben said, is, I would say, number one, funding of the party. If we don't get it right, anyone that is putting the money down will see himself or herself as a determinant. It's like seeing yourself as the boss. If I'm the one giving you money, feeding you, then I will determine I'm the one that owns all the cars in the house. So I will determine who drives the car. I determine the time you go out and the time you come back. But when we look at the way it is here in America, nobody can say I'm funding the party. Because number one, they prefer everyone giving little money than you coming out and give big money. They don't want it. They will question that kind of donation. But when everybody first know that I belongs to PDP, if our membership fee is 100 naira, you can imagine how many people we have in Nigeria that are PDP members. If everybody will pay their 100 naira, you know how much we're going to have in our purse. Plus donation. Here they will ask you, can you donate $10? Can you donate $15? Can you make it concurrent like every month, $10 coming out of your account? Because every money that comes in, they're going to account for it. Just for example, there's a case between Trump now in New York, and they found out that the judge donated $15 to Biden's campaign. And because he did not donate the $15 to Trump's campaign, which is a different party, Republican, they said that judge cannot be the judge again for that particular case because he's biased. Look at a case where you are not even a member of Democrat or Republican, you are a judge. You can see how transparency, and I believe the man has donated the money a very long time. Maybe he has even forgotten, but there's a way to account for every money that comes in. So that is why we need to really get it from our funding. If we can get the funding right, then everybody will own the party. I will know that this is my party. I have a membership card. I'm paying my membership fee. I'm donating whatever I can. Then, like Great Ben said, governors, if you are an elected governor, it is your right to give back to the party that put you in that place. Because individually, you might not get there. So for the governor to now come back and give to the party should not be the reason why they will be the one to determine everything that goes on in the party. That should not be the reason why they will say, whatever I say, stand. No, they are obligated to give back to the party that put you in the office. And that should be not even for the governor alone, for senators, for everyone, the party chairman, everyone that is got to the position through the party should see it as what is expected from them. Give back to that party so that we will have fun. So when it comes to now, when it comes to a situation where we have to determine or talk about the party, nobody will say, I am. You are nobody when you know that it is everyone joined hand. So that's what I say that is our problem. Let's get the funding right. Let everyone know that you don't belong to a political party if you are not giving anything. It is not a place for you to come and take money. It is a place where you donate your money, your time, your energy, your everything to it. So when we are all doing that, we all own the party. So that some people will not feel like, oh, we are the one that makes PDP to stand or any other party to stand. Without us, there's nothing is going to happen. No set of governors will see themselves because they know without us, they will not get back to that position again. And they always think that 8 years is a lot. 2 terms is just like it. Before you know it, 8 years is gone. And they might not be able to get anything again from that party. So please, let's just get that right. And the young ones, I have the question, who are the young ones? Because when we say young ones, if we feel like we are young ones, the majority of us, we are 50, over 50, or almost 50. So when you are now saying a 50-year-old person is a young person because we have some 70-year-old, then what do you now want to call the 20, the 30, that are coming? Are we not going to welcome them into the party? So the issue of young ones, when we get the standard right, the young ones will now come in. But they said if the foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do? When we don't have a stable, normal things for them to, the template for the people coming to see, then they will do anyhow. But when they come in, they see the standard. It's either you join this standard or you back off. So that's what I say. Young ones, we need them. If we don't embrace them, all these old people will go. Then we will have nobody. We will have nothing to back onto. But when we have this standard, everyone coming will be on it. It's like a house. The father that already have a solid foundation, he might not build the house to the top roof, but because the foundation is there, every children that comes in might have their quota and say, okay, let me build one room on this. Let me do this. And before we know it, we have a beautiful mansion. Thank you.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for your quick suggestions and points you just made now. I want to welcome our people that are just coming in. I know Nigeria network, so people are complaining about network. I can see Jim Money. Oh, Jaye, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much. This is one of the young ones we are talking about. And I want to say it here that we appreciate your effort in Kaduna State. Even though you are not from Kaduna, you are from Kogi. You stood on your feet in Kaduna State. And I pray by the end of the tribunal, they will give it back to us in Kaduna, Ogun, and Nasarawa by the grace of God. So I want to say welcome to everyone that is joining us. There is another one, Techno. Your name is not there. I'm welcoming you also to the program. So quick one before I go. Mr. Ola Williams, you have been raising your hands and I know that times would have been paining you. Please, can you just come up with your question or suggestion? Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And I really, really appreciate everyone that has made one contribution or the other to this great discussion we're having today. We have touched on several issues that is confronting Nigerian politics and PDP in particular. And funding has been raised. And it's a pity that Mrs. Babawande stole my show, stole my thunder just now, mentioning contribution, minor, small contribution. Well, in Nigeria, we tend to copy other countries, but when we do that copying, we forget the minutial details that such countries put into place to make things work. For example, the Republican system that we copied from US is based on funding. They make sure that the two parties have funding that are made by the people. For example, when you are doing your taxes in the year, you have the opportunity as a citizen to contribute maybe $3 towards any party of your choosing. If you want, you can choose, you can donate that $3 into both parties as well. Those are small things that matters. In Nigeria, we have so much dependent on money bags, politics of money bags, and we should kind of find a way to get away from that. And that is what we see in terms of Governor Wike, as all other people has mentioned just now. When you pay the piper, you dictate the tune. And that is what Governor Wike has been doing, because he has been ponying up all the money. So he wants to make sure he dictates who is where and who do what. However, I will want to go back to the issue of funding. One of the major problems we have in Nigerian system is greed and corruption. When we say that each person should contribute, say, 100 naira, that 100 naira, we may think it is small, but look at Nigerian population. Nigerian population, we have nothing less than 200 million people. Assuming there are only 100 million that belongs, let's even say 50 million people say they are from PDP, and they contributed that 100 naira for their term. Do you know how much that will be? That goes a long way to at least developing a grassroots basis and making sure that all the offices are filled and all the people that are doing their work respectively. But that 100 naira, if 50 million people contributed that 100 naira, only one person, if that person may sit in Abuja or anywhere in the country, what they are focusing on is how to embezzle that money. And they will make sure that money is not there when it is needed. We have to stop that nonsense. We have to find a way that our party has to be accountable, and they have to make sure that there's follow-up. There is a series of check and balances for how money is collected, how it is banked, what they are supposed to be used for. If we don't do that, then we will continue to fail. One other thing is the issue of stewardship. Many of us as politicians or as citizens, we do not want to know what the term stewardship means. Stewardship means serving the people, not serving your greedy self-interest. And not until we define and we educate our youths. I am not talking about 50 people, 50-year-old people above now. If we that are now 50-year-old cannot get it right, what is those people? Well, the people above us already messed things up already, and we have inherited a mess. So what we can do right now is to try to build a foundation for people that are coming behind us. And when I say people coming behind us, I am thinking of people that are 25 years now and 30 years now, old now. If we can give them complete background of finances, one, we can, if we can structure the PDP party and make sure that what is coming in is accounted for, and what is accounted for is used for the right thing, then we can build the foundation. The foundation is totally messed up right now. And you can all agree to it that it is all messed up. But as long as we continue to say we are depending on businessmen that want to come into power to further their own greediness, no, it will not work. We have to understand that leadership, presidency, or whatever, you cannot run a country like a business because because all the fingers are not equal. That means everybody is not equal. So that is why in America here, you still have some things that the government does for commoners and people that are below. So that is why we have to find a way to solidify the accounting system, or we have to be truthful. Because in fact, if I even go to that terms of truthful, I might even be going too far, because you can hardly find anybody in Nigeria that shows the interest of being truthful. But let us continue to have this discussion, and with time, we'll be able to come to a conclusion of how we can really solve our national problem. These are things that people in France did some years ago. Aristotle and all these nation builders, Robert Locke, all these people, they have this discussion that are pertinent to the development of their country. And we are here today in the United States. We see how things are being run. Yet, when we go back to our country, we do something silly. We don't even do the right thing. And we complain that the country is not right. Our leaders are not doing justice to us right now. And either it is APC or PDP, all of them are leading us into trenches. It is high time that we come together, bring our heads together, and see how we can eradicate greed among us. And not that we can fully eradicate it, at least stem it down and let people see how we can help the middle class to grow. When the middle class grows up, you will see that there will be peace within the country. There will be development. Businesses will grow, and everything will start moving on. But if only with 1% of the population is wealthy and 90% of the other population is poor, this is all that we continue to see: greed, perpetuation of injustice. So this is the little I will contribute for now. I will let other people say what they will give their own contribution as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ola Williams. Thank you so much. It has been something that you'll be talking about, and I'm saying thank you for bringing it up again. You can put down your hand this time around. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Mr. John Osason and Mr. Olumide Omitade. I want to tell you that we are very happy to also have you here today. Thank you for joining us today. Before I move on, I want to call on Mr. Olumide Omitade. Looking at our party, People's Democratic Party, I want to say, what are the major, we have mentioned some points now. Mr. Ola Williams just emphasized on greed. Sincerely, that's what is one of the major problems that is affecting our party. The same thing, Mr. Bat mentioned it. The same thing, Mrs. Great Ben mentioned it. The same thing, Chief Mrs. mentioned it. Looking at the party now, what are the major setbacks? What are the reasons why we are here now? I am not talking about the solution now. Let us just first know, why do we find ourselves here where we are today? I'm coming back to you, Mr. Bartholomew, because there's a question I need to ask that has to do with the secretariat. Thank you. Please, Mr. John Osason, Mr. Olumide Omitade, you have the floor, please. Mr. Olumide, you have already unmuted yourself. We are listening to you. You can talk now. We can hear you.
I think you are muted. You are muted. We can't hear you, Mrs. Williams.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm speaking to Mr. Olumide Omitade. Please, can you answer the question for us? Okay, if he's still trying to get to us on audio, please, Mr. John Osason, please, can you please come up with some answers to these questions that I've just asked now?
All right, thank you very much. Once again, my name is John Osason. I'm actually speaking from Akure, Ondo State in Nigeria. Well, going by your question and what you asked, I'll summarize it in two ways. With 2 points, that at the level of the leadership, we have not seen sufficient commitment to the ideals of not just the party, the ideals of the party and the ideals of our desire for a better country, a better nation, and of course across the length and breadth. From the top to the bottom, across the party, it appears a lot of our people have lost the verve for success, for electoral success. We are much, 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 much more concerned with what is that I can benefit in the immediate. As a matter of fact, I'm speaking to you from, I just stumbled on this link, and I'm speaking to you from the residence of my ward chairman. You understand? If my former local government party chairman. This is where I am, and I stumbled on this, so I had to leave to come back into my vehicle to just give you my own opinion, because I joined very late, so I wouldn't have known the discussions and the points that have been made um, before now. But at least from my experience at this local level, I mean, our people have lost the desire for success. All that our people are interested in is just, okay, what is that thing? What is that thing that I can gain in the immediate? Forgetting the bigger picture of how the country can be better, and a lot of people can get get to fulfill their dreams and their aspirations even without necessarily being in government. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's a great one. Thank you, Mr. John. We really appreciate. And I want to tell you that we can feel what you are going through in Ondo State right now. And it's a pity that we are in that position. So, but at the same time, what do you think? Because what is happening in Ondo State is just like a replica of what is happening in the National Party. Please, can you
Okay.
just tell us much about the effort you are making to bring the party together in Ondo State? Quickly, that's just a part of the question so that we can move on to another person, because we still want to have you here. We don't want you to go because we'll soon finish. So, because I'm not taking much of our time. Everything we are going to do, we are doing right now, like I said, is on live, and it's going on my YouTube, and I'm going to post it out. And at the same time, it's going to be like a letter, a communique to the National Secretariat. So please, all of us should please remember to drop our number, email, and our full names, because we are going to be noted for this great thing we are doing here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let me just say that we have, as much as if we are looking at making progress, if we are looking at peace, if we are looking at uniting the party, now it will not be right to start apportioning blame at this time. But what is important is that at the national level, and of course at the level of the followership, we know those that have some level of passion for the party and for the people. And at the same time, we have all of us. We know those that I mean, some people come into the party just just to fulfill their personal agenda, personal interest. There's nothing wrong if you have a personal interest to fulfill, so long it aligns with the interest of the majority, and of course not undoing the party. You understand? But when there is a conflict between your personal interest and the interest of the generality of the membership or of the political party, then that's where the problem is. All we need right now is to help. I mean, we need encouragement from the national to help us bring so-called warring factions, warring parties, I mean, at the level of the leadership now. When I say the leadership, I don't mean the state executive. I mean individuals who have held positions of authority, who have had cause to rule at one time or the other within the state. Help us bring them to a round table. Let them understand the fact that if PDP will ever get anything in this state, then we all must be on the same page. We all must unite. We all must come together to fight to get power at the level of the state. Now, it is always said, and that has been the challenge in Ondo State, that no party defeats PDP. No party defeats PDP. It is PDP that defeats PDP. If you look at the 2016, if you look at, I may not be able to speak much on what happened during the 2016 governorship election. Though I have information, but then if we begin to talk about all those things, then we'll be, I mean, renewing old ones, we'll be opening old ones. But let's come back to 2020. It was a crisis that even people within the party fought against the party to ensure that the opposition, of course, won the election. So, well, all I will just say, all our appeal is that we need every support at nationally, internationally, locally, to bring the leadership to a round table, to come together, harmonize their positions, let them situate their personal interest within the interest of the majority of the party so that the party can come back to winning ways. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. John Osason. Thank you so much. And I pray that God will see us through in Ondo
Amen.
State, and
Amen.
the party will stand back on its feet. And definitely, God will assist us. It's just a matter of greediness, like we have just been saying, because some people are so much concerned about what they are going to put into their pocket or the position they want to sit on. They are not really concerned about the interest of the party. That's a sincere truth about it, you know. So, but I think Grace Supreme always tell us one thing: the party is supreme. There's no organization you will belong to. Before you join that organization, they will tell you that you have to go along with the rules and regulations of that party. So, but unfortunately, when they started funding us, they feel they are the leader, they take up the responsibility. But just like you just said now, that we should just put that one aside and think how we can move forward. So thank you so much. Mr. Olumide, Honorable Olumide Omita, they don't let me just say that. He's back now. He said he was very sorry, and that the network, like I said, many people have been calling me, sending me messages that the network is not encouraging at all. Honorable Olumide is from Lagos State. He was a candidate of House of Assembly, that is Keja O2. You are welcome on board. So please, can you just share your experience with us the last election, and why do you think our party is at this level where we find ourselves? From the history, we look at how we work together to achieve and for the party to progress. I remember when I was still very young, the party, they would tell you, we are going to rule Nigeria for 100 years. But unfortunately, after 16 years, we can't get it again. But I know we will get it soon. So can you please come up? Can you hear us now? Mr. Olumide Omitade, please. Yes, okay, you have unmuted yourself, but your mic, oh my God. Can you just say something? Okay, let's just be waiting for him till he was able to get hold of his audio. Madam Catherine, thank you for joining us. It's wonderful time to have you around. Thank you so much. Well, I want to go back to Bartholomew. You are there representing our people in the secretariat here today. Bartholomew, please, can you please come up? I want you to look at it. Everything everybody have been saying, it fall back to the secretariat. It fall back to the secretariat. So as you, what do you think that is not right? Like you've been talking about the founding leaders. Yes, the founding leaders, we respect them. But you, why are we here now? There's no state that we don't have issues before that election. And why do we get there? Even if you ask them, the next thing they will tell you is that during the primaries, that is where the issue started from. For example, I see no reason when you know that this is the person you want the person to come and take the seat, the candidacy of your party. You are now selling forms to 3 people. And at the same time, I want you to just tell me this. Tell every one of us that we're here. When it comes to delegate forms, are they supposed to sell delegate forms to the 3 aspirants? Is it all because we are looking for money or what? Because this is part of what caused some problems in some states. Please, I want you to come up and clear this issue, because in a state where there are 4 or 3 aspirants, they are to collect their forms to contest, not for the party to be selling delegate forms to them, because I didn't see it in the constitution, whereas the party is supposed to sell delegate forms to each aspirant. So I want you to explain that area. If there's something like that, and why is it that? Why is the Secretariat not looking into that before causing all these hassles, all these issues, and putting us where we are now? Because if you don't point all this out, it may be difficult for us to move forward. So I want you to say something on this. Thank you. But please unmute yourself. Okay.
Yes, I was saying it still boils down to the funding. This issue is where very soon we'll go back to the congresses and all that. If you look at it, when I first spoke, I said we must visit these leaders so that they can hand over, they will transfer this into us. We are trying to come on board now. They will hand over this into, when it boils down to these congresses, you have a leader in the states. The leader will now come and tell you that this is the person I want him to be the national chairman. The issues, whatever is best known to him, whether they're in the same cult, whatever they are doing together, he wants to impose this person on everybody. If the congresses are not right, are not done well, there is no way you can get the system to work well. What we need to do is, when it comes to selling delegate forms, if the process is being run well, there is no way we are going to be having this issue of fund, having a problem here, this one imposing a candidate on the party and all that. No. What we do is, if you go to a state, there are leaders who are just quiet watching. They have seen it all. They are just watching us. One, we are trying to come and you go and meet these people and talk to them. You give them reason. It's not as if they don't know. Because we are not going to console them and tell them, okay, tell us what you think we should do. If you meet an elderly person and say, this is where we are, okay, what do you think? He will open up and tell you. If we go into congresses, not imposing any candidate or anybody, let the people choose who they want. The same people that choose the leader, they are the people that will fight him, not the party coming to have issues with him. But if one particular individual, because of selfish interest, brings up a candidate, what are you going to do? These are surrogates bringing people to come and rule the system. If we don't get it right from the congresses, we are not going to get it right up in the center.
Good.
Now,
Yes. Good. You just answered that. If we couldn't get it right at the Congress, definitely we cannot get it right in the election. Why are they supposed to sell delegate forms to each aspirant? Who's supposed to be on oath with that delegate form? Why is the delegate form going out before the primaries?
That is where the issue is. This same thing I'm saying. See, if you go to a state, now let's take, for example, all of us who are talking in this platform now, we're all leaders in different states. So I don't know how many persons, let's say we're 20. This is we're talking about 20 states. And these people individually, even when there are no elections or whatever, people rally around them. They go to their houses, they advise them, they tell them what to do. Some they support them with little way they want, they can support another. When it comes election, somebody just emerge from nowhere because he has one contact up there. Emerge from nowhere and begin to fight the person who has been sustaining these guys. There is no way you'll be happy for you to be sustaining people and trying to reach out to them, advise them, give them little fun, trying to tell them how to go about life and all that because of your position in the state. And somebody will emerge from nowhere because of his contact with another governor or one ex-president or whatever in a particular state that does not concern this state. Comes and now begin to, he's trying to cross from his state to another state. That is where the issues are. You don't have respect for the people who have been keeping these guys around, advising them not to leave the party and go to another party. Somebody will just come from somewhere and say, no, this is the person I want in this state. Why you are not from that state? Why do you think we will not have crisis? If we can visit the leaders and tell them, if you come to a state and they are bringing up a leader, there are other subordinates. It's okay, Oga, you look at what happened to Konkoso in Sokoto. Yes, the man is trying to take this. He said, okay, no problem. Let's talk with him. You say, let the man go. How can you not have issues? You can't just you need everybody to come on board. So if we don't get this thing right from the congresses, go to leaders before the congresses, talk to them. How many persons call these leaders will tell you, this person, go and meet him, meet this person. And then you group these people, bring these people together and talk to them. What do you want? What do you want? Immediately you settle that, my sister, as you are going to the congresses, no issues. On a very good day, see consensus candidates. They will write their names and bring them. This is who we want. And if you go and ask people, this is what they want. That state is settled. But when you step into a state and you don't care about the people who are handling those states, it's like you are going to a community. You want to go and arrest somebody or want to do something there, and you didn't go to the chief palace. Anything that happened to you there, you will take it. There are people who are running systems. You must consult these guys who are running these systems. If you don't go to meet them, they will crash the system for you. They can talk to you and laugh with you. They don't care, but they know that they are going to deal with you. They might not deal with you, maybe killing you or doing something, but they must make sure that whatever thing that brought you to this place, you will not succeed because you think we are not relevant. This is the biggest problem. So if anybody hijacks the system, he uses money to hijack the system, he will use money to get the delegate forms. There's nothing you can do about it. It boils down to funding again. It boils down to greed. If you get the system where, like the last NWC members, instead of consulting people, they now made it the highest bidder. Highest bidder. You go to a state, a young person, because he's having some money to spend, you ignore the leaders. They will watch you. Let me see how you succeed. So if, no matter how we want to look at it, we must consult these guys who are in charge of the states. There are people who are in charge of states. They are leaders. They are chiefs. These guys are in charge. When you are not there, they are there with these people. And if you step in there because you think you have money and you ignore them, you are going to have crisis in the congresses, and the same people who are using money to mess the place also, that you not recognize these guys because you think they don't have money, but they have the control. They will make sure that they use the money to mess these people up because they think they don't have money, but they have wisdom. There are things money cannot solve. It's only wisdom. You can't take the place of wisdom and leadership when it comes to issues of wisdom and money. You can't join these two things together. There are people who are handling state. You have to go to them. Leave their money first. Go consult them.
My question, I've gotten all what you're saying. You understand?
Yeah.
But my question is
the delegate
the secretariat, yes, are they supposed to sell delegate forms to aspirants or state chairman?
That is where you are repeating the same question I've told you. If you don't get it right at the congresses, the people who brought money to impose candidate on people, they want to go and get those delegates form, get to their people, give them money. So the right people will not come on board as long as you still don't want to go and consult the right people.
But I know this is your job. I know that is where you work. I am not trying to put words into your mouth. I just want Yes or no? Are they supposed to send delegate forms to aspirant or to state chairman?
They are
Who's
supposed to
supposed to
send
have the delegate form? Who
the
is
state chairman. Look at it. The state chairman are in charge of the states. They are the ones who come buy funds for the states and go and give to the rightful candidate. But when you have a chairman who is loyal to the governor and the governor is interested in a particular candidate, when it comes and then you are supposed to sell form to the chairman and the chairman comes and the governor gives you pressure, what are you going to do?
Another question I want to ask, the area of state chairmanship. Some governors imposes some state chairmanship, some state chairman, and at the end of it, the state chairman will also be doing along what the governor wants. Is that what the constitution says?
See, there is no way you go around the same question and see actually say. Now, if you go to the leaders of the state, say, okay, this is our problem. How do we solve this problem? These guys look at somebody. I don't know whether Baba Tope is from your area. Baba Tope has been silent. He just kept quiet. Let me see how you succeed. You think we are old, we don't know anything, but we were running this system before you came on board, and we had no crisis like this. If you don't meet these people for them to tell you how to run the system, people will still be selling delegate from big. Some chairmen are more powerful than the governors. Some governors are more
Don't
powerful
worry,
than
Honorable Bat, I've gotten your answer. Don't worry. Thank you so much. I'm coming back to you. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, thank you.
Lara, you are muted.
Mrs. Afilaka, you are welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I thank you so much for coming on board. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is Honorable Afilaka. I want to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself. She's a strong member of the PDP. Is a pity John Osasson has left. They are also from Ondo State. And I want you to introduce yourself, Ma. So because I want to ask some questions. We are looking at the three perspectives of the party. We have been on for almost an hour now. And we have our party.
I'm sorry for joining late.
We have our party leaders here, both home and abroad, and we have been putting down a lot of opportunities, advice they are giving us in respect of how we can put our party together again, because if we don't look at the history perspective of the party, we may not get it right, which is the truth. And that's why we decided to bring up this program so that we can have good health together and we can be able to look at it and come up with some things and at least to assist our party. And I pray they will look into it. And thank God Bat is there. I know he's going to make sure it gets to their hand. I trust him for that. So I want you to introduce yourself before I go into my question. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. My name is Taya Filaka. I'm an indigenous of Osun State, but I practice politics in Ondo State. I actually joined politics I've always been involved in politics in the AD, everything I was involved. from a professional point of view with a group of people. But then I was based in Ibadan. But I became fully involved in 2007, no, 2005, thereabout, when I got involved with the Mimiko, the Labour Party. I think it was 2007. So, and that's when I now fully got involved in politics. And to the glory of God, I was appointed. I was an appointee and one of the aides of Dr. Olusegun Mimiko. And from there, due to some reasons, we migrated from PDP back to Labour Party again, or Zenith Labour Party, then finally came back to PDP sometimes year before. Unfortunately, people were not welcoming, and that's kind of caused some, but we are still pushing. So basically, that's who I am. I'm a leader in Akure South local government. At least when they are talking of leaders in Akure South local government, they always call me for stakeholders meeting. Also, at the state level, I'm invited to stakeholders meeting in Ondo State. But we have issues like I've discussed with my sister there, Mrs. Williams. We have issues that has to be resolved because PDP in Ondo State is seriously hemorrhaging. It is very serious. And something must be done fast if we will not lose PDP in Ondo State. Thank you. It's good to be among leaders and people who are passionate about good governance and structures. I'm happy to be amongst you. It's a great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. God bless you. And I pray we have fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's good that you said it yourself, and it's Mr. John Ososan. He has just left. He's also from Ondo State. He just said the same thing now, and we're going to look at it. I just want to use your own experience. Why did you left the party to another party?
When after the election, in 2006, no, sorry, 2016, when we had, we were preparing for the gubernatorial election, and Iyitayo Jegede, who was also a member of cabinet, he was also a member of Dr. Olusegun Mimiko's cabinet, was picked as a candidate. Well, maybe picked or through whatever means, primary, became the gubernatorial candidate of PDP. And when we came to PDP, there was strong opposition. They said Dr. Mimiko had come to hijack and all that. In any case, Jegede emerged as the candidate, and some people worked against Jegede within the party. Jimo Ibrahim was brought up to go and file a suit against Jegede's candidacy. It was the era of McAfee Sheriff. If you remember clearly, McAfee Sheriff. And the judgment was given to Jegede to be reinstated as a candidate just 24 hours. I think it was 24 hours or 48 hours before election. And unfortunately, we had lost a lot of people then who had migrated, who had gone to Olushola AD. And somehow, people worked against Jegede. The old PDP people worked against Jegede. And Jegede lost the election. After Jegede's loss of election, there were a lot of bad talk. They said it was Dr. Mimiko that sold him and all that. Well, some of us who were like me, I remember how committed I was spiritually, financially, politically. I was very committed. some of us, we had a group that we were very committed to Jegede winning the election. I remember we had a prayer group from people from all over the states coming to my house. Then we used to have prayer meeting from the day his name was removed until the election. We were having vigil and fasting and prayer. But unfortunately, he felt that any one of us that he felt was close to Dr. Mimiko became a pariah. He felt we did not work for him. He felt Dr. Mimiko sold him off and all that, different stories. And let me also state that Dr. Mimiko lost a lot of his followers because he picked Jegede. They felt Itayo Jegede should not have been picked because he was not part of Dr. Mimiko's group ab initio. That he was just introduced to Jegede when Dr. Mimiko became governor, and he was looking for an attorney general of Ondo State extraction. So that kind of, it became so bad. And I think then the Wiki set up, Wiki Fayoshe set up and gang up and everything. So, well, maybe it was a mistake. I was one of those people who felt, oh, okay, if you wanted to leave, we should leave. The rubbish they were giving us was enough. And so we said, and some of the people who were in Labour Party then, they felt we shouldn't have gone back to PDP. We should have stayed on our own, since the PDP people were not welcoming us. And that's always been the problem. Like I was telling somebody, I said, APC, they have a way of bringing in people and integrating them. But when people come to PDP, you would kind of isolate them. You don't want them to be part of you as if it's a cult. So that was one of the reasons that we left. And then later, when there were people were coming to Dr. Mimiko asking him to come and join different parties, I did not support joining APC. Though there were people from APC reaching out to us, I felt no. On what basis would we? It means we are supporting the killings and all the atrocities being perpetrated by APC if we ever make any attempt to join APC. So we went back to PDP, but unfortunately we were not welcome again in PDP, despite the fact that we were not ready to. The instruction we were given by our leader, Dr. Mimiko, was we should go and work and make sure that we salvage the state and the country from the throes of APC. And that's the spirit we all took to bear. So we were not contesting for anything. We did not have contestants. We did not have we did not have candidates. We did not have we were not what is it called? ESCO or anything. We were just there. We wanted to work, to team up with PDP to salvage the state and the country. But unfortunately, we were not welcome. We were not welcome. Meetings would be called and they would not call us. So
okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, because you said it all. You said it all. Great, Ben.
You remember clearly that I sent a personal message to you when we were discussing on PDP National Women's Parliament.
Yes,
and
you sent me some messages, but there are some reasons why I have not taken some steps. Which
not the recent one. Then maybe you didn't remember then when we were discussing about.
Okay. Yes.
Was problem when they were discussing about the national. And I said there's serious problem in Ondo State.
Yes, you told me that. You told me that. All right, thank you so much, Ma, because you really said it all, and I want to assure you that there will be great change and development and growth in Ondo State PDP this time around. Grace Ben, please, you have contested under the platform of the party in your state. you were not given the candidacy, but you stood on your feet, and that the party is supreme. You understand? Bart was talking about the founding fathers of the party in each state. Definitely, we know we have them in all states. And I think in those states, there is nobody that will not recognize His Excellency Mimiko, that we call him Iroko. And with all this, do you think we shouldn't recognize our founding fathers? So at least whatever step we're taking, even if we are given the opportunity of having the ticket of the governorship, does that mean we should just abandon the godfathers or the founding fathers of the party or the founding mothers of the party? And do you think we can be able to achieve anything great without recognizing our founding fathers? I am not saying some of them have not done anything wrong. I am not saying some of them have not done something bad. But what I'm saying is that our foundation matters a lot. Our foundation matters a lot. So I want you to say something on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, true. You see, I am for one, like you know me. I've been in the party since, I would say, if I was to follow the trend of the party, I would say I'm part of the founding fathers in this party, because I've been in this party since 1999. I still have the card I got then before I travel out of the country. But you see, the thing is that I am for one thing about me. I think in every family, there is leaders. There is father, mother, parents, however you put it. I always believe in chain of command. There is no way you can run a family, regardless the father is old, the mother is old. There's still parents that you can still take advice for. You cannot ignore their presence. So I'm going to put it that way. There is no way the forefathers, the founding fathers, or the leaders of a party, there is no way you can ignore them. But my own problem in this is that you see, first in every state, federal, the central, is first is interest. It's interest, it's your interest. And when you are coming with your interest, you have to know those that you need to talk to, and you need to know those that you cannot step on their toes. Because you see, everybody have said this. We have that tendency of arrogancy, greed, and looking down on people that, who is he? Where is he coming from? Like our sister, Honorable Tayo, or Taye, when she said, when you come back to PDP, you'll be ignored. I really agree with her, because PDP is fond of that. You see, we always want to believe that we cannot come down, and that is what has been falling PDP. Because I said this one time in a meeting when we went to a stakeholders meeting. I said, see, there is no way we cannot disagree, because everybody is fighting for interest. We are not same interests in any party. And if PDP on their own, they have seat and start put in the party, the PDP will not have fallen to the level it is now if we have sat in place. But because so much selfish interest has come in, we allow the other party like PDP, APC, and other party to come in and destroy the party because of greed. When I ran for office, I'll take myself as an example. When I came in from the US to run for the office, I actually went to see all the leaders in my constituency that I was running on.
Great Ben, unmute yourself, please.
Well, okay, sorry. Thank you. See, the truth is that when you go to these people, you give them the respect. Some of them are not welcoming you. They're not going to tell you the truth. And that is where I felt so bad that if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that I want to run for an office, you take my money, you take my everything I have brought to you, not telling me the fact. Let me make my decision that when you tell me don't run, stop. Let it be my decision. But don't just jump and tell me do it. At the same time, you are going behind me and say it's a lie, you won't go nowhere. We get it a lot. Some of us that came from abroad, they would say, oh, let's eat his money, let's do these things. And those things, some of us that can't stand that kind of betrayal, we will end up leaving. But me, I stay in the party because I believe I am not coming for this. First, I'm not coming for the selfish interest. I'm coming for the good governance. Because if I was coming for money to eat, you know, the other party invited me to give me ticket free or whatever way, but I rejected it. So if every member of the party individually, we can stand on that and respect the leadership of the party, stand on our ground. I think meeting them and holding tight on them and letting them know that this party is supreme. We have to do it right and give them their respect, even though some of them, I will say some of them don't deserve it because some of them are not there to direct you right. Some of them are there for greed. But if we can hold on those ones that are loyal, that will be there for, that are there for the right purpose, for good interest, I think there's no way we cannot ignore the leaders, the forefathers, we cannot ignore them. Any governor that has been a governor in the state, that is a paramount ruler of the party. You cannot close your eye against him because you don't want no matter what, he has followers. He has some people that followed it, that loved him for his service. So I don't think there is no way we can ignore our leaders, our forefathers. We just have to meet them and talk to them and hold them accountable, hold them responsible, so that they too can give us that same responsibility to work to grow the party. So I'll stop at this. Maybe I answered the question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are even spending up to 2 hours now. And Wahid is just coming back. He was the first person that joined the meeting, but we have not started then. Mr. Wahid, please, can you just introduce yourself and let us welcome you here today.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I joined earlier and then I had to step out and I got distracted with work. I just joined back. My name is Wahidi. I am 27 years old. I am from northern Nigeria and I am a PDP enthusiast right from time. So when I saw that, I really wanted to learn some more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. And I appreciate you joining again. Thank you for the interest. Well, we've said a lot about the youth, the young ones like you in PDP. And we are putting a lot of blames on you that you are the people that are causing a lot of havoc in our party. Can you say that is true? Can you defend yourself?
So my generation are probably the most informed group between the millennials and then the Gen Z. So there's a lot of information that it's as much as creates information overload and then facts are not clear. So with some biased information, my generation are causing a lot of havoc, to be fair.
Thank you for accepting that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, because we have discussed a lot. We have spent almost 2 hours now, but one of the things where we talked about most lately is this area of the youth. And how do you think they have affected the party, please? As you have accepted that they are the one causing the havoc, how do you think these are the ways that they have affected the party? Because yes, you are taking us back a bit, but at least let us stabilize. At least we can have you as a representative of the youth here.
Okay, so from what I can observe, personally, I have been a member of the PDP for about 12 years, even before I could officially vote. I have worked closely with some members and some of the leadership of the party, especially in Borno State, where I'm from. And I can say that my generation have an issue with mentorship and learning the ropes, and then politics does not work like that. I'm not saying you must have a godfather, but I'm saying you must have somebody who brought you into the game and showed you how it is done. So the moment I turned 18, I was registered in my ward as a party member, and then I have been in the party since then. I have been actively involved. I know my ward chairman, my local government chairman, my zonal chairman, and then my state chairman. I try to maintain a relationship with them. It's so good that when they see me by face, they know my name. Unfortunately, I had to relocate, so I'm no longer in the country. But even from the diaspora, one of the things I try to do is I try to maintain that channel of communication. Every now and then, just check in with them, see how they're doing and how the party is faring. Nobody will actually just wake up and hand power over to you. Power is worked for, and eventually, I would permit me using the word snatched. My generation think that for politics you could just wake up today and then you will just get there. That is self-absorbed. The older members of the party must be willing to carry the youth along. You must engage with them. You must get to hear how they think or what they think like. So my mentor is he was the senatorial candidate for PDP Borno South 2019 and 2023 as well. And one thing that stands out for me is the way my mentor, he has been mentoring over time. And one thing he does, from the purchase of form, for instance, in his case, to the primaries, to everything, what he does is youth are key in it. I know that the last time the form was bought, some of the youth contributed towards the purchase of his form. And why do we have that interest? Because he has made us feel that this is your fight. It is for you. I am just a figurehead. Come and let us make it work. So I think every leader in every strata, in every part of the nation, must make the youth understand and believe that it is a fight for you and it is a fight for your future. I can only be a face. After maybe 2-3 election cycles, he's done. It's definitely going to be someone. But if you're not involved in the process, how would you be recognized to join in that change? I think that's one thing we could try to push and make the youth understand. But then we must also liaise with the party leaders to understand that if they don't mentor the youth, the party will fizzle out with their generation. Thank you.
Thank you, Aid. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for you being part of this program. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I think it's time for us to round up. I know many of us would like us to round up, but I'm just thinking it's time for us to round up. Mrs. Ketri Modefiong, I appreciate you so much from Cross River State. And she's bitter about that. Cross River State is divided. PDP Cross River State is divided, and it's so bad. And definitely we need to get it back. And how do we get it back? We have to go back to our founding fathers in Cross River State. I know Pat have something to say because I know Pat is from Cross River State. So, Bat, do you have one thing to say? I just give you like 2 minutes to say something about that, if you are still very much around. I think Bat has gone. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Please, I think we still have to come up with this program once again, because we have not really finalized everything we are going to put together, because I have some points already that I'm going to look into and put it together. So if it's a suggestion for us to come back again on this topic and finalize, because I'm going to bring out all those things, all the points together, then we can be able to talk the way forward. I think if we agree on that, we have looked at where we're coming from, we have looked at where we are, and the way forward is what we should think about. As the tribunal starts on Monday, I will appeal that every one of us should please be praying so that we can be able to, okay, so that we can be able to come up and do the right thing as a party. It's a pity we find ourselves here. If anyone that, if there's anyone that still want to say one or two things, you can just raise up your hand so that we can call you just a minute or 2 minutes so that you can say something for us to close. Okay, Mr. Ola Williams is raising up his hand. Please do not forget that you should please leave your mail so that anything we put together, I'll forward it to you so that you can look at it before we forward it to the National Secretariat. Mr. Ola Williams, you can come up so that we can round up. Thank you.
Who have participated in this discussion today, I will want to say that we all hold ourselves responsible for what we do, and we should as well look forward to seeing that what others around us do is congruent to what is good for everyone. I want to say that we should get away from greed. We should see our leaders who we called formidable leaders. We should respect them, and we should themselves as good leaders. It is upon us to recognize who they are and put them where they belong. I want to enjoin everyone here today that we should put stewardship. Come back to the basis and redevelop a manifesto that takes care, that has a plan for each and every phases of people in Nigeria. And we should look at this plan as a model for every state, where every state will benefit. And when we have a plan, a solid plan where every state can tie in, we should look at whoever is our leader and whoever we think will succeed them to always continue on this path. That is, government is continuity. That is, whatever a government do right now, the other one that comes after it builds on it. We should not, if we have a good goal and objectives, we can do this. We should respect our youth. We should lay good foundation for them because they will be leaders of tomorrow. We should also recognize our women and put women in good positions of leadership. We need this diversity in Nigeria, where women are placed in good positions so that we can also see how they can perform. Men have done it for so long, and what we have done so far is we have messed up. So I will encourage everybody to look at the way forward. And when next we meet again, we'll be able to discuss more about all the points that we have raised today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ola Williams. That's my lovely husband, my darling. Thank you for coming up and for saying all this. Thank you so much for your time. I know you are so busy, but you said you would try and join. Thank you so much. Mr. Pity, Mrs. Taya Fulaka, you are back. I saw your hands up. Please.
Yes, I was actually going to say something that we have so in our, the Mr. Williams, Ola Williams mentions about the issue of greed and lack of respect. And I think I would also reiterate it. Greed on the part of some leaders. Like I want to use Ondo State as a case study. If anybody has been following closely what has happened, we had a case of somebody who came into the party and within 3 months of joining the party, who had never played politics, but because he came with a lot of money, he was given a ticket for the by-election against established candidates who are popular. And unfortunately, the guy now is leaving the party because he's already infiltrated the party and he has, because of, through the use of money and greed on the part of the leaders, he's been able to buy up a lot of our members. Like somebody said, he came into the party with just one person, is leaving the party with out of our supporters because of money. And this issue came up even before now, when people pointed out that a particular person who calls himself a leader of the party in the North Senatorial District was hobnobbing with a member, an opposition member of the House of the National House, and he was being bankrolled, was working against the interests of PDP in his senatorial district, in his locality. And the person is very close to the ESCO, to the leadership of the party. And that accusation was thrown open several times, even when he was campaigning for an APC member against his own candidate, against his own. He was supposed to have been suspended or even called to face a different, but nothing was done because it's close to the top people, to the chairman, to the leaders of the party. Now that is one of the issues, and that's one of the things that is disturbing. I mean, it's painful for our youth. I mean, our youth spearheaded the campaign that maybe the chairman should go, is enough. They're all that because these people, they had warned and they had, it was no secret that they were working for the opposition, but still, they are the people that benefited immensely from the party. So
Ma, you can mute yourself. You muted yourself.
Oh, sorry.
And
I said a situation.
Okay, ma.
A situation where the people, we are party faithfuls, committed members, are not recognized, but sycophants and people who work against the interests of the party, but because they have deep pockets, are compensated above party faithfuls should be discouraged, and there must be something that should be done.
Well, thank you so
There
much,
must be
Ma.
serious overhauling.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. You can see the reason why I said I think we will still be coming back again on this program. I want to welcome Honorable Ajishefini Fatai Alade. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. All things being equal, what I just know is that when there is indiscipline, when there is greed, when there is covetousness, when there is self-interest more than the interest of the party, the organization that you are, that is where we find all this. I will just give Mr. Honorable Shefine just 2 minutes to say something because we need to round up now. So please, Honorable Shefine, you can say something about our party and why we are facing all these challenges now.
Thank you, my sister, Mrs. Omolara. Actually, my name is Alhaji Ajishifini Fatai, popular known as Ajifini Nafini. I'm the AJ chairman of our local government. What I want to say about their party is that there is no discipline. Some of our leaders, they believe on personality and popularity. And I believe that in our party today, like me, I started the party from the beginning, since 1999. I'm still there. Like last election, the experience I saw in last election, I never seen it before in my life. Like in my local government, we have Adedo Sumu, we have Jimmy Agbaje, Wolado me have contest for rep 5 times, no winning. And different consistency. And you believe that you want to give those people power again, minority. Me, I live at the ghetto area, they are staying in the GRA. End of the day, they give them the election money. What happened after the election? They took all the money, went to APC. In fact, include my candidates, our candidates of rep, they give me $10,000 for the election. All the rest money, they took it away to the APC. And before that, I let the party know that these people don't have interest of this party. They have interest of their pockets. But you know, all these Lagosians, me, I'm not a Lagosian, fine. But they believe that in themselves that this one is our friend. Let him give him money. They don't believe in the party loyalty. Look the way we meet ourselves today. Look at all the social media. This one we talk about the door. This one we talk about leader. What about ourselves? Do we believe ourselves? Are we ready to work for this party? Are we love this party? Like I'm a chairman of our local government. I can tell you, we don't have a single party secretariat in our local government. When we have Jimmy Agbaje, we have Adedo Sumu, we have all these people. And I told them, our problem in Lagos State starts from the national. But I believe everybody have seen what is going on now. We'll come back to the round table and sit down and manage our party to the right thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Fini Nafini. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. So to round up quickly, Bartholomew, I think you can say that much of this is to the National Secretariat. So, and we are coming up with a letter, with a communique, and at the same time, like I said, this is going on live on my YouTube. You can subscribe to it, you can share, and so that we can all at least speak out for our party. Nobody is ready to leave this party now. No, it's a shame, like what Honorable Fini Nafini said. I have never in my life experienced such a thing in politics. It's like, what is going on? You know, when a political party starts by selling delegate forms to aspirants, that is where the problem started from. And by the time you are also giving out elections money to people that they are already one leg out, one leg in. It happened in all states. In all states, there's no state that doesn't experience that. And at the same time, indiscipline, not even respecting the constitution of the party. And the other one is ego, pride. I am this, I am that, forgetting that you are nothing. It is that same party that took it to where you are. I'm just trying to round up, but Great Ben is raising up his hand. Ooh, okay. I cannot hide my face from that hand. So Great Ben, let me give you like 2 minutes.
Oh, thank you so much. I just want to add to my dear brother that just spoke last. You see, if you look at what happened in 2020, this 2023 election, you will see that there is a lot of change of power, because you will see the division from the loyalists to the to the unloyalists. Let me use, if there is an English for that. You see, and after the election, I believe we that are the loyalists and we are in the party will see what is going on. And reconciliation, well, they're talking about reconciliation. And I want to say this, if reconciliation comes up, because if you see those people that deviate from this election that passed, you will see that there are a lot of people that has benefited from this party, real beneficiary that benefit real good from this party. They're the one that really killed this party in the past election. If the reconciliation is coming without taking care of those people that stood for the party till this day, there will be a very, very big problem that will be coming in the future. So I think as we discuss things like this, we should be discussing going into those things, because those things too will build the party, because some people will be grieved if they now bring somebody that dropped from the party and went to work for APC or Labour and make him a superior over somebody that worked so hard. You know, that means there is that they're going to lose some people. So while we are discussing things like that, I think we need to be bringing things like this to discuss it, so that the people that need to hear it will hear it. I'm not saying there should be no reconciliation, but they should not do a reconciliation of one-sided, giving those people, because they are leaders, they deviate and they came back, they are giving them really good seniority. I think things should be done right this time. Thank you for the opportunity given me.
Great Ben, the party is supreme, so I have to respect my leaders. So, so all things being equal, I want to say thank you to every one of us that have been part of this wonderful platform, where we're able to look from where we started from, that is the history perspectives of the party. And we can see that with this, we are getting it right a bit. So somebody said prodigal fathers coming back. It is well. God will help us. In the next program, I'm looking at because we have not really finished my targets. Yes, we have gotten where we're coming from. We are here now. And I think we need to look at the way forward. So because like what the last speaker said, how can you imagine somebody that collected party money and as they are defected to another party and go and work against the party? Or somebody that even said, I am still a PDP member, and you are busy working for another party. You know, it is, I look at it, it has never happened to me before. Maybe it has happened before, but at the same time, I think it is wrong. It is very, very, very wrong. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that participated today. Like I said, when I started, I said, it is not the area of the numbers of people that are on board, but it has to do with people that have the interests of the party. You know, there are some platforms, they have been arguing about one spokesman and another spokesman. Is that what we are supposed to be talking about right now? I don't think so. I think we need to think of how we can move forward. And that is why, when we're talking about the youth are also part of the problem. What Bartholomew was talking about is what he sees every day in the National Secretariat. I know some people that will tell you, please, this is my time. Let me quickly get what I want to get. The next one will be in next 4 years. Great. And before you know it, they will be working for some political parties, for some leaders that were not working for the party. And they will be getting information. And, in fact, it's very, 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 very painful. But at the same time, I know we will get it right. Like what Great Ben said, Supreme Oga, he said, we are going to get it right. And reconciliations is going on. And I know that we have to put all this together. So, and I know with the help of God Almighty and the help of Great Ben, Bartholomew, Fini, Mama, every one of us that are here, we will get it right. I want to say thank you to every one of us. And at the same time, let us be a good example, because the word of God says the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. Many people, they don't have the fear of God. And that is why they are greedy, they are proud, they have self-interest and some other things that has contributed to where we are today in the party. So I want to say thank you for being part of this program today. And I want to please beg you, we'll be coming up with another topic in respect to this, to conclude this program, so that we can be able to put it together the way I said it from the beginning. So please remember to drop your mail, your number, your full name, so that as I'm trying to prepare this thing, I will fast forward to you so that you look at it together along with me before I'll send it to the secretariat. And also I'm going to use it, I'm going to publish it out in the news dailies. So thank you so much for being part of this wonderful program. Thank you, every one of us. I want to say thank you, and then I want to say thank you. So see you some other time. I think in 2 weeks' time, I will be coming up again with this. Please, I would like people to invite other people to this program so that we can at least, well, I'm not looking for much people. I want this type of people that they can bring out ideas and we can look at it together and put up it, right? And we are good to go. Like what Waid was telling me, it said he saw this on a status of somebody. He didn't even saw it on any platform. He saw it on the status. Somebody posted the flyer on his status, and he decided to join that. He would like to be part of this team. So thank you, Waid. I really appreciate. So see you next time. Have a wonderful night. And I want you to know that I love you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you.
Thank you.